Did you hear who he said for American MVP?
No, I did not.
He said Cody Rhodes. Dave said.
I think
Draw of the company.
I think that's a fair argument.
Draw of the hottest company.
Yeah, I think it's not, and it's interesting because he's saying draw of the company and not Roman.
Well, that was the thing. He said Roman deserves some consideration, but he wasn't around enough. Cody was there week in and week out, every house show. He moved tickets for every show essentially, and I was like, man, that's crazy to think about.
Let's build off of that. That. Thesz Flair Award. Cody?
Is that Wrestler of the Year?
That is best overall. So money drawing, in-ring work, promos, everything.
Yeah, because there's most outstanding too, right?
Yeah, most outstanding is just strictly in-ring
work. I think the Wrestler of the Year here, like I think a lot of us just think in-ring because that's how a lot of us just watch wrestling now.
I have a whole sheet that is just in-ring performances.
Right. But I think a lot of those people at that top deserve credit, obviously. I think Ospreay will get respect this time around in that, right? Like
I agree. I think he should.
He has the stories in the matches that he's had, right? With Omega alone. The Shota Umino match, obviously, which that was a great storytelling match. And then he has all the in-ring. He has all the in-ring, obviously.
I was going to say he's also some of the best matches and a draw for a lot of other different companies.
Yes.
For Impact, Rev Pro, for Noah. You know, he has a lot of great matches, or also the biggest draw of the year or something like that.
Yeah, AEW, New Japan. Like he has been a draw of sorts or on the biggest shows for every company that we just named. You know? So I definitely think that gives him a lot of love. I think it's best to like kind of look at the best of each company. Yeah. Right. And I think this will come down to AEW, WWE, and New Japan. Obviously, this is the Observer voters.
So Ospreay for New Japan, I think that makes more sense. Over Okada, probably, yeah.
Because Okada had a bad second half. Not a bad second half, but an uneventful second half. If his first half carried to the second half, I think Okada would comfortably be in this conversation because he had incredible stories this year.
His second half wasn't bad. The Trios title run isn't bad. I love that Trios title run.
I agree.
It's quieter. It's just quiet.
Yeah, it's not. He's not at the front. Like Ospreay has been.
If you had to pick someone from WWE, I think Cody honestly is a great point. I mean, Roman has only been around for 7 matches. There is that house show conversation of whether or not he's properly drawing on house shows on those 4 matches and house shows. Cody wrestled. I saw a stat that WWE put out. He's wrestled 99 matches this year.
Yeah,
he is the workhorse of WWE.
Of the US, like for major companies.
Yeah, for WWE, the major company in the world, like he's wrestling the most. He's drawing probably per event. He's wrestling.
He has the most T-shirt sales.
He's great on promos.
Top 5. He's great on promos. He had the great, beginning of the year story, and he's pieced it together since then. But he has the continued success everywhere else, so it's like doesn't matter. He had the War Game stuff, and Dave made this point when talking about Cody. He's been a featured act on pretty much every pay-per-view.
Yeah,
right. Whether it was with Lesnar or what the hell did he do? What did he do at SummerSlam? Lesnar. It was Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then he had the War Game stuff. So
and the Roman stuff, obviously.
So it's hard to go again. It's hard to pick anyone but Cody, and he's leading the hottest company in the world. So I think he deserves that respect 100%.
AEW, if you had to pick someone from best overall in AEW, I was thinking maybe Moxley. He has a great start of the year with Paige. Yeah. And then it's sort of died down a little bit because he gets injured at some point.
For sure.
Post Blood and Guts, but he comes back and he's still doing great. He's obviously still great on promos. He's still a great in-ring worker. The problem is with any AEW person is that like AEW this year has certainly felt colder. So when you're looking at like draw, it is harder to say. Like, I don't think MJF should be.
He's gonna get votes.
Yeah.
He's gonna get votes because
he's not gonna get my votes.
No, he's not gonna get my vote either. But he's been at the top the entire year. He has been the world champion the entire year. He has been in the most stories the entire year. He has had some great matches and stuff like that.
I'd say divisive on promos
for sure. And I think his second half of the year, pretty much post All In, especially, has been so rough that I don't think he's going to get as many votes. So I wouldn't vote for him for AEW.
No.
I think Mox is like probably the only option, truthfully.
Danielson, maybe? Is he
if Danielson didn't miss so much time easily because he's got the in-ring. I was gonna bring this up with the most outstanding. He's the only person, and this is based off consistency, that I could see probably challenge Ospreay in any way in the awards this year. Because like I know for me, a lot of Danielson's matches rank very highly. Like if we were to take a cumulative like score for me, which I don't have, I should do that next year. Actually no, because I'll watch like a scrub match for people and I'll absolutely take it. Anyways, he's just like I don't know how many matches he wrestled off the top of
21.
21 out of 21, probably 2/3 of those have been great.
I'm looking through his cage match right here. Danielson, Danielson Roosh. We still talk about it.
I loved that run that he had at the beginning of the year with all those big matches.
Yeah, Tony Nese, see the tag match against Top Flight. I remember that being good. Danielson, Takeshita, Bandito, Cage, Timothy Thatcher, Roosh. That was all those big matches right there.
I remember the Bandito one fondly.
There's the 60-minute Iron Man match against MJF.
Of course.
There's the Anarchy in the Arena,
which will get match of the year votes.
I think so. Anarchy Arena. Then there's Forbidden Door against Okada.
Yeah.
Then there's the All Out No DQ strap match, which
was incredible. Might be my favorite Danielson match of the year.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that more than the MJF Iron Man match. I remember I was lower.
I like that more,
but that No DQ, I came in with not really many expectations, and it ruled. It was
unreal. Yeah. They had a good Texas Death match.
Yeah, then they had a tag match the following on Collision, and then they had the Texas Death, and then he did some tag matches. Another
they had the Saber match.
He did the Saber match,
which was
at Wrestle Dream.
Fantastic.
He had a match against Kyle Fletcher on Collision. He had a match against Swerve.
Really good,
which was good. Then the match the following Saturday against Christian Cage, Andrade. Then a tag match against Kazuchika Okada and Orange Cassidy out of nowhere on that Philly show. And then this Eddie Kingston match this past
he's been great. If he was healthy more, I think he would definitely.
I mean, 21 matches for someone that was unhealthy a lot of the year. That's pretty.
He would probably be my choice just based off of his stories too. But I think Moxley's a safer pick because he's been around for the majority of the year.
I mean, I can here 5 Danielson matches that I think all can easily give him: Roosh, MJF, Okada, Saber, and Starks.
Yeah,
that's 5. And you want to throw on a 6th one? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, if you want to add 7th one from my memory, I'd add Bandito.
If you want to add an 8th one, the other Starks match.
Yeah.
A 9th one, if you really want to stretch it out, Anarchy in the Arena was always fun. But like this guy's got at least 5 great matches this year, and he's probably the most over in the company consistently.
Yeah, him and Mox
for sure. I mean, Mox. I'm trying to remember Mox year.
I wish I could give Kenny more credit because he's had a fantastic in-ring year.
True.
But man, dude, they did not book him right most of the year.
Moxley, 56 matches this year, not all of them in AEW, of course. But some pretty interesting ones. The Continental Classics. He had the Orange Cassidy match, the first one especially. I'm just looking through his list here, and there isn't really a lot I'm seeing that really.
The Hangman stuff, really.
Yeah, there isn't really a lot that really sticks out. There was an Anything Goes 3-way match against Pentagon and Trent Beretta. That was pretty good. I remember that being pretty good.
He was just consistent.
Yeah.
Right? I think, well, again, this isn't outstanding wrestler. This is valuable, and he has the promos, right? He has the stories. He has all that.
But I think Danielson is as good as promos as Moxley, and I think Danielson's a better in-ring worker.
If anyone's giving Roman consideration, I can give Danielson consideration.
I think it's completely true. I think
Danielson's been great. So
we're saying, let's say Cody, Danielson, Ospreay, Thesz, Flair.
I think that's a fun little trio. That's a wild trio.